Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into the weeds on network video recorders, NVRs. They're absolutely central to modern security. Specifically, we're looking at the Uniview NVR504-32B. This thing is built for, well, pretty serious large-scale surveillance jobs. And just so you know where we're coming from, our info is straight from Uniview, the product specs, the tech details, FAQs. So it's a direct look at the hardware. Our mission here, to get a solid handle on what this NVR can do, where you'd use it, and frankly, why a system like this is becoming pretty much essential these days.
Exactly. And understanding these core features, it isn't just for the tech specialists. Anyone who needs to be clued in on security infrastructure should grasp this blend of power and precision.
Yeah.
It's about seeing how the hardware translates to real-world security.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The foundation of the NVR504-32B. First off, it's a 32-channel NVR.
Which is already quite substantial for many applications.
Right. And think about enterprise scale. Consolidating that many cameras onto one platform really simplifies things. But it's not just the quantity. The quality it supports up to 16 megapixel recording resolution per channel.
16 megapixels. That's incredible detail. Forensic level, really.
Imagine the clarity for identification. And then there's how you view it. The decoding power is, well, impressive. It can handle 4K video streams at 30 frames per second simultaneously.
Wow.
Or if you need more eyes on screen, it can do 16 1080p streams also at 30 fps.
So fluid playback, even with multiple high-res feeds. No choppiness.
Exactly. Crystal clear monitoring and playback, which is vital for live situations.
And what's fascinating here, connecting those specs, the 32-channel 16MP, that 4K decoding it, links directly back to what the source mentions, those large-scale deployments. Think about enterprise security, big facilities. This kind of capability means you're not missing crucial details. It's about moving past just recording. It gives you the data for proper analysis, real-time awareness. No small detail gets lost.
That's a great point. It really reduces the guesswork, doesn't it? Like, if you're securing a huge campus or maybe a big shopping mall, being able to zoom in with that resolution or watch multiple feeds without lag, it totally changes how fast and accurately your team can react. It's the difference between something happened and knowing exactly what happened.
Precision matters.
Okay, so we're capturing all this amazing detail, but the next challenge is managing it, right? Especially 16MP footage day after day, and that's where storage comes in. This NVR has 4 SATA interfaces. Each one can take up to a 10 terabyte hard drive.
4 times 10. So potentially 40 terabytes of local storage.
Yep, 40 terabytes. That's potentially weeks or even months of continuous high-res recording, depending on the setup, of course.
That's a lot of footage.
It is. But just having space isn't the whole story. You need efficient storage. And this NVR uses advanced compression, HTAR265, HTAR264, and also something called Ultra 265.
Ultra 265?
Yeah.
How does that differ?
Well, the documentation suggests it's smarter than standard H.265. It analyzes the video, looks for static parts like backgrounds, and compresses them more aggressively, while preserving detail in the moving parts. They claim it can be like 30 to 50% more efficient than H.265 sometimes.
Interesting. So it's not just saving space, it's optimizing how it saves space for better long-term retention without huge costs.
Exactly. Pushing the boundaries for keeping that forensic data accessible long-term.
And this really brings up a key point the source mentions, the 24/7 recording capability for mission-critical environments. Why is that balance? The resolution, the storage, the smart compression so vital there?
Well, think about places where security just cannot stop. Data centers, hospitals, logistics hubs.
Right, places where downtime isn't an option.
Exactly. So the high resolution gives you the undeniable proof if something happens. The massive storage lets you record continuously without gaps. And that efficient compression makes sure you don't run out of space or kill your network bandwidth. It all works together to provide that constant, reliable coverage.
That synergy enables the tireless 24/7 operation. Makes sense.
And then when you need to find a specific event in all that data, that mountain of footage, the NVR has smart search features. The documentation specifically calls out motion detection playback.
So instead of scrubbing through hours of nothing.
Right. The system flags when and where movement happened. Imagine that huge warehouse again. You instantly jump to the moment a door opened or a vehicle drove up. It turns data overload into something you can actually use quickly. Saves so much time.
A massive efficiency game for security teams.
Definitely. And let's not forget remote access.
Yeah.
Being able to check in live, manage the system via an app or web browser from anywhere. That's pretty standard now, but essential for flexibility.
Sure, for teams on the move.
So, stepping back, you see how it all fits together. The storage, compression, continuous recording, the smart search. It's a whole system designed to make vast amounts of security data manageable and useful.
It turns raw data into actual intelligence.
Precisely. Now, let's talk about how this thing plays with others. Its adaptability. A big feature is ONVIF support. That's the industry standard, right?
Yes, crucial for interoperability.
So it means you're not locked into one brand of camera. You can mix and match, use third-party IP cameras, which gives you loads of flexibility in how you design or expand your system. Future-proofing, essentially.
Avoids vendor lock-in. That's always good.
For watching feeds locally, say in a control room, you've got options too. 2 HDMI ports, 1 up to 4K, and 2 VGA ports.
So dual display support is built in.
Yeah, you can run 2 monitors simultaneously, maybe live feeds on one, playback on the other. Enhances situational awareness for the operator.
Makes sense for a central monitoring station.
And the network side, it's got 2 gigabit Ethernet ports, RJ45, self-adaptive. The specs mention an incoming bandwidth of 320 megabits per second and outgoing at 160.
That's substantial bandwidth, necessary to handle all those high-res streams without creating network bottlenecks.
Absolutely. Keeps everything flowing smoothly, doesn't interfere with other network traffic. And one more thing for integration, it has 16 alarm inputs and 4 outputs.
Okay, so it can connect to external sensors and trigger actions.
Exactly. Door contacts, motion sensors, maybe trigger lights or external alarms. It allows the NVR to be more than just passive recorder. It becomes the brain, orchestrating responses within a wider security network. Makes it more proactive.
Right, and if we connect that to the bigger picture, these integration points, ONVIF, multiple outputs, alarm I/O, they're what make this a truly scalable foundation for what the source calls enterprise-level video surveillance. It's not just sitting there recording. It's designed to be the central hub. That's why it works in so many different places: big offices, malls, campuses, warehouses, even those complex multi-site systems where you need unified control. You can tailor the system precisely.
That's a really good way to put it. It's like a command center, pulling everything together and making the whole security operations smarter and more responsive.
So what does all this tech mean looking ahead? The source material briefly mentions a company, Alpha Vision, involved in AI for construction and attending GSX 2025. Now, it doesn't say this NVR uses Alpha Vision AI, but it points to the broader trend, right?
Precisely. It's indicative. High-performance NVRs like this one, the Uniview NVR504-32B, they're becoming the essential data platforms for the next wave of security, which is AI-driven analytics.
So the NVR provides the high-quality eyes.
Exactly. It captures that rich, detailed video from all those channels. Then you can imagine feeding that data into AI systems. AI trained to spot anomalies, suspicious behavior, forgotten objects, track patterns, maybe even predict potential issues before they happen.
Moving from just reacting to proactively identifying potential threats.
That's the trajectory. The robust data gathering of NVRs like this is absolutely fundamental to making that leap. It's enabling intelligent protection, not just monitoring. Okay, so that kind of wraps up our deep dive for today. We've peeled back the layers on the Uniview NVR504-32B. It's clearly a seriously powerful, flexible, high-capacity NVR. The 32 channels, that's 16 MP resolution, potential 40 TB storage, smart compression like Ultra 265, motion detection. It's a real workhorse for modern security.
Definitely a cornerstone piece of hardware.
And understanding this tech, the stuff keeping large places secure and running smoothly, it feels more important than ever. It's not just hardware. It's a strategic tool.
Which leads to maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. As this surveillance tech keeps getting more powerful and AI integration becomes more common, what new questions does that raise? We're talking about the balance between security, privacy, and this growing power of proactive monitoring in a world that's, well, increasingly connected. How does hardware like this NVR adapt? And maybe more importantly, what's our role in shaping how these powerful tools are used responsibly? Something to think about.